Board committees are specialized subcommittees established by the board of directors to improve the effectiveness of corporate governance by focusing on specific areas requiring detailed expertise, independent judgment, and enhanced oversight. As organizations become increasingly complex, boards face expanding responsibilities relating to strategy, risk management, executive remuneration, financial reporting, succession planning, and stakeholder accountability. Delegating these responsibilities to specialist committees enables directors to devote greater attention to critical governance issues while ensuring that decisions are supported by technical expertise and independent scrutiny. Within the program, board committees are recognized as essential governance mechanisms that strengthen accountability, transparency, and board effectiveness while supporting compliance with recognized corporate governance codes and international best practice. The framework identifies committees such as the Audit Committee, Nominations Committee, and Remuneration Committee as integral components of an effective governance structure. The principal purpose of board committees is to assist the board without replacing its collective responsibility. Although committees undertake detailed analysis and make recommendations, final accountability for governance decisions remains with the full board of directors. Committees enable directors possessing relevant expertise to examine specialized matters in greater depth than would be possible during routine board meetings. This improves the quality of decision-making while ensuring that significant governance issues receive appropriate attention. By distributing responsibilities across specialist committees, boards improve governance efficiency while maintaining strategic oversight and collective accountability for organizational performance and stakeholder interests. The program identifies several important advantages of board committees. First, committees reduce the workload of the board, allowing directors to devote greater attention to strategic leadership and long-term organizational development rather than detailed operational governance matters. Second, committees utilize specialist expertise, enabling individuals with appropriate knowledge and experience to contribute more effectively to decisions concerning audit, remuneration, nominations, and risk management. Third, committee structures communicate to shareholders that directors take governance responsibilities seriously, thereby strengthening investor confidence and corporate credibility. Finally, specialized committees demonstrate to wider stakeholders that the organization attaches appropriate importance to governance issues such as executive remuneration, internal controls, and enterprise risk management while supporting compliance with governance codes and regulatory expectations. Among these committees, the Remuneration Committee occupies a particularly important governance role because executive remuneration significantly influences managerial behavior, strategic decision-making, and long-term shareholder value creation. Excessive or poorly designed remuneration arrangements may encourage excessive risk-taking, short-term decision-making, or managerial self-interest, while ineffective reward systems may fail to attract or retain talented executives. Consequently, independent oversight of executive remuneration is essential to ensure that directors are rewarded fairly while maintaining alignment between executive incentives and long-term organizational objectives. According to the framework, the Remuneration Committee exists to establish an appropriate reward policy that attracts, retains, and motivates directors to achieve the long-term interests of shareholders. The Remuneration Committee performs several critical governance responsibilities. It is responsible for determining and regularly reviewing the remuneration framework, board policy, and specific employment terms for the chairperson and executive directors, including salary structures, incentive schemes, and performance targets. The committee also designs and evaluates bonus arrangements to ensure that executive rewards reflect sustainable organizational performance rather than short-term financial outcomes. By linking remuneration to strategic objectives and measurable performance criteria, the committee promotes long-term value creation while discouraging excessive managerial risk-taking and opportunistic behavior. In addition, the Remuneration Committee is responsible for monitoring the level and structure of remuneration for senior management, establishing pension policies for board members, and determining detailed remuneration packages for executive directors and the chairperson. The committee ensures that executive rewards remain competitive within the market while reflecting organizational performance and shareholder interests. Importantly, remuneration decisions should be made by individuals with no personal interest in the outcomes, thereby preserving independence and reducing conflicts of interest. The committee is also responsible for agreeing compensation arrangements relating to the loss of office of executive directors where appropriate, ensuring transparency and fairness in termination payments. From a strategic governance perspective, the Remuneration Committee contributes directly to agency theory by aligning executive incentives with shareholder objectives. Carefully designed remuneration structures encourage executives to pursue sustainable growth, operational excellence, innovation, and effective risk management rather than focusing exclusively on short-term financial performance. Independent committee oversight also strengthens stakeholder confidence by demonstrating that executive compensation is determined objectively through transparent governance processes rather than executive self-determination. Consequently, remuneration governance contributes significantly to organizational legitimacy, investor confidence, and long-term strategic success. For candidates, understanding the role of board committees and the Remuneration Committee is fundamental to evaluating corporate governance effectiveness. Board committees strengthen governance through specialist expertise, independent oversight, and improved accountability, while the Remuneration Committee ensures that executive reward policies attract capable leaders, motivate sustainable performance, and align managerial incentives with long-term shareholder interests.